Hey, Andrew. Dan? I liked it. I'm fine. I mean, more or less. Hey, Val. It's been a bit. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Dubs. Tracking. Nothing. Hey, Killface. A positive. Today's shirt. It's DJ Cummerbund. It's an anime shirt of DJ Cummerbund. He's a dude who does really, really fun DJ. Does it? I'll have to take your word on that because I don't know what the Chinese? Japanese? I don't know what the characters stand for. Some hobbies of yours? Fair enough. God damn it. Playing JRPGs. Not just porn. It's not just porn. Hey, Ginger. The most expensive cab ride in mythology occurred when Hades took Persephone to the underworld for 6 months, and Demeter was running the whole time. It's a black shirt. Chantel's going? Chantel's going somewhere? I thought she decided not to. Honestly, I thought she decided she wasn't going to be going anywhere. Leaving in October. She legitimately hasn't said anything to me, so. That her kitty was going. Well, I'm an hour away from my husband in a war-torn country. Any plans for dinner? Rice. No trivia today. I do have another terrible joke. Oat milk was discovered much more recently than you may have known. Like many now familiar technologies, it was found by accident during the Apollo program, when NASA learned what a zero-G environment does to goat milk. Be a good person to listen to on a podcast. I have not eaten dinner yet. Also, I have not seen the new Spider-Man. And I have no plans to. That's bad. I didn't get it. What do you get when you remove the G from goat milk? Stump over there. We're 22 today, Celsius. Oh, exactly. Goat milk, remove the G, oat milk. Because it's 0G. I feel like our heat advisor will never end. Seventh layer of hell. Yep. Do you love almond milk? Do have to say, I'm not keen on the fact that I probably should try something like that. Because I got the whole lactose intolerance shit going on. Any Mexican would be like, not really. I'm too finicky for that. 21 Celsius. Love lactose-free milk. Hey, Charlotte. Stays fresh much longer. You're craving enchiladas? You've been eating all day? Good times, good times. It's cooking Mexican food. If you can afford it, then get yourself some Mexican food. If you can afford it. on my mind. I've started watching Generation 5 of My Little Pony. Korean chicken noodle soup. Huge batch and keep getting more all day. Living cross country next summer. You're to figure out how to send your Marvel things. That is one hell of a move. Apple. That's Applejack. That's Generation 4. Applejack was well, I mean, also previous generations, but yeah, as Friendship is Magic or G4, Generation 4. I'm on Generation 5, which nowhere near as good, unfortunately. Never seen My Little Pony. Charlotte, are you autistic? Watching King of Queens and Friends, and also Little House on the Prairie. Kong of Queens would be a very interesting show. Yeah, you, Charlotte. Are you? Because you mentioned never watching My Little Pony. So, are you autistic? Kong of Queens would be a very interesting show. Because if you're not autistic, then you probably don't need to bother watching My Little Pony. If you are autistic, then Friendship is Magic might be worth checking out. ADHD, I think, on the spectrum, but never diagnosed. So you might enjoy it. Good Doctor. No, I've not watched The Good Doctor. But yeah, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, definitely for the autistics. Autistic. Yeah, never diagnosed, but highly likely. Grew up watching Zoom. I don't know what Zoom is. PBS Kids Show. Yeah. Started watching My Little Pony Make Your Mark. Likes me a lot. Exactly. And yeah, it's unfortunately not great. It's not bad. Too young for Zoom. I mean, I'm 41 years old. How old is Zoom? Like when did that show come out? Because I'm 41, so late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, so I probably would have been, if anything, I would have been too old. You know, 10, 11, 12, entering into my tweens and teens. I don't want to watch a kids show, you know? You were 12. Yeah, just watch, see the food they made. And food wouldn't really have mattered to me, so time to watch Julie Child to get them classic recipes to cook for real. For real. Oh, all right. Bye, gal. Man, coming up on half an hour, and Uncle Buck's not here. Wonder if she's Wonder if she's been affected by the. If her power's gone out again. Because I'm pretty sure they had like tornado warning. I think I saw something about Chicago having like tornado warning shit going on. So wondering if that's what happened with her. The winds were so strong that they knocked power out. Disney World's having its first Halloween parade right now. In October? Or in August, I mean? In August? Halloween parade in August? Well, get it out of the way so that they can have their Christmas parade in September? Obscene. Oh, guy I went to high school with, at least I think it's a guy I went to high school with, messaged me on fucking LinkedIn. It is on LinkedIn, so I won't be responding because I'm not going to log into that fucking site. Fuck LinkedIn. Oh, come on. There we are. There you are. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. What happened? Wait, what happened in Cornwall? I didn't hear what happened in Cornwall. YouTube will block it. Was it a suicide? Well, let's see if I can find something about it. All right, so yeah, lady died. All right. Candlelight vigil. Yeah, I won't be going. I didn't know the girl. Article I looked at didn't show her name, but she's 20 years old. I did not know the girl. Odds are I probably didn't know any of her family either. Hey, as I was saying, I got an email letting me know that I'd gotten that somebody had messaged me on LinkedIn. I'm pretty sure it's a dude I went to high school with. Apparently, he lives in Edmonton now. But like I said, it's LinkedIn. I'm not going to be going. I'm not going to be looking. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be going on fucking LinkedIn. I'm not going to log in there. Need another goat joke? Yeah, I don't have any. I got no jokes. What else? What else to talk about? Aside from your mom. Tragically, with Uncle Buck, and with the stream buffering so much for her, she's probably gonna miss that. Big meteor shower tomorrow, and I love solar events. Yep. Any solar event where I don't need to leave my room or look out the window. Sorry, Val. Hey, Northern Lights. Scared to ask questions, guess I'm gonna miss the answer. Fair. Anyway, I see the. I'm curious what direction WNBA is going to go with the current bullshit going after it. You guys branch fell on your porch. Addison freaked out thinking it was the whole tree. Tons of trees down the front. Yeah, that would definitely be that'd definitely be worrying. Whole bunch bunch of trees falling. So there were rumors about women's basketball player from France who happens to be a trans woman being scouted, being considered. I think from France. But yeah, there were rumors about some trans women being considered for the WNBA. So now a couple of former NBA players. One of them had a total of 37 seconds of playtime in his NBA career. So clearly we're dealing with top-notch players here. Anyway, a couple of former NBA players desperate for attention are saying they're going to try out for the WNBA. It's like, oh no, we're totally winning. Like basically just making a mockery of the whole thing. Because again, desperate for attention, and right now the easiest way to get all the attention you could ever want is to go after trans folk. So yeah. Looking into well. Way I see it, there are two ways the WNBA can handle it. The easy and cowardly way for them to handle it would be to cave to the pressure from the far right and declare, okay, we won't allow trans women. The smart way to handle it would be the way that every other sport in every other country has handled it. You need to have been on testosterone blockers for a certain period of time, and your testosterone has to have been brought below a certain level. Like that's how it's been handled in a bunch of different sports in a bunch of different countries. Basically, how far along your transition are you? It has never, never, never been as simple as just a self-declaration. Because of course it's not. Like, of course it's never just been, I'm a woman, let me play. Of course they've always required that your testosterone levels be below a certain amount. And for the record, testosterone levels need to be below what a lot of cis women develop naturally. Some of those girly pops have more testosterone than men. Yeah. Some of those women have very high natural testosterone levels. And the sports that have had rules in place regarding presence of trans women, their testosterone needs to be below what a lot of cis women naturally have. So that's the smart solution for the WNBA because like it just that's how it's been handled by a bunch of other sports. You know, these assholes think they're so fucking clever. You want to compete? Fine. Start taking that estrogen. See how long it takes you before you wuss out. The thing is, Val, studies have been done that have found that there doesn't really seem to be any actual advantage for trans women. And there have been a bunch of studies that have been done that have found that, you know, I remember one specific example. Leah Thomas, the singer, or the swimmer, I mean, the swimmer, Leah Thomas. Um, I believe, like in swimming competitions, uh, it's something like men were on average something like 5.6 seconds faster than women, or something like that. Like it's like 5.6 seconds or 5.9 seconds, somewhere around there. Yeah, they were specific. Men on average were a specific number of seconds faster than women. Um, After she transitioned, Leah Thomas top uh, top time was 5.6 seconds or 5.9 seconds, whatever it was, slower than her top time when competing in the men's division. Basically, when she transitioned, she lost precisely the amount of time that is the difference between, you know, that is the difference between men and women. Also, for the record, prior to her beginning her transition, Leah Thomas was very highly ranked in the men's division. So that's the thing. So she did place when she was in the men's division. She was. She was. Her first year, she was very highly ranked. She was placing. Um, she wasn't at the top, but she was near. She was very highly competitive in the men's division before she transitioned. Her second year in the men's division, yeah, nothing. Gee, I wonder what might have been going on in her life. I wonder what might have been going on in her life uh, that might have caused uh, her rankings to drop, her speed to drop. Okay, so wasn't her first year actually. So uh, in the in the 2018-2019 season, uh, she finished second in the men's 500, 1,000, and 1,650-yard freestyle at the Ivy League Championships. She was finishing second in those races. Doesn't seem. Oh yeah, Tylenol time. Good job, Killface. Doesn't seem to have done as well in the 200. For that one, she was sixth at UPenn. So yeah, as a sophomore, she was competitive. What happened is May 2019, she began transitioning. She began began hormones and all that. So the 2019-2020 season, yeah, what a shock. After she began her hormones, her times dropped. Shocking. They should. They did exactly. That's what happened. She began transitioning, and as expected, her times plummeted. Riley Gaines is literally a fucking left. Oh, Riley Gaines is an asshole. Yeah, Riley Gaines tied for fifth. She tied Leah Thomas? She didn't lose to Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas did not actually beat Riley Gaines. They tied. And she turned that into a fucking career. She turned not fucking losing to a trans woman into her fucking career. Like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, it's so fucking ridiculous. And, of course, once she started getting invited to Fox News, she embraced the right-wing grift. So now she promotes a lot of other right-wing bullshit. Which is what will happen with these two basketball players, by the way. These two basketball players going for the NBA, the WNBA. That's exactly what they are planning on doing. They're getting a whole lot. They're going to get a whole lot of attention. They're banking on the fact that Fox News is going to bring them on, and then they will start pushing other right-wing bullshit as well. They'll start complaining about woke, about cancel culture. Maybe they'll bitch about immigrants. Whatever keeps getting them brought on to Fox News. Because they just really, really, really want the attention. Well, we're glad to still have you, Uncle Buck. So long this is. Perfect. Anyway, as far as studies, he did mention he wanted to studies. Um, Earlier this year, there was one in Brazil, actually, weirdly enough. Appeared in the British Journal of Sports Medicine. Conclusion: current evidence is mostly low certainty and has heterogeneous quality, but does not support theories of inherent athletic advantages for transgender women over cisgender. Battery powered fan, but I'm out of batteries. And there's no way you're taking them out of the vibrator. Also, I think the thing that like really complicates that question. Yeah. Natural advantages are pretty common. Yep. Somebody who's naturally tall is going to have an advantage over someone like in basketball. Someone who's naturally tall is probably going to have an advantage over someone who's not. Go back to swimming. Michael Phelps is a mutant. he has natural advantages that made him a completely dominant swimmer. Beat you to it. You know, some women are born, you know, just naturally creating more testosterone than others. That's an advantage. Takes D batteries. So do you. They just made you sit through 3 ads. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I just talk like, in like athletics in general, people have, some people have biological advantages. And that sort of complicates the question of, do trans women have an innate advantage? I mean, does that cis lady who naturally has more testosterone have a biological advantage? Yes, she does. Is it unfair? Welcome to athletics. Welcome to sports. It's who is that boxer that who is that boxer that the gender critical crowd freaked the absolute fuck over fuck about a couple of years back? Iman Caliph or something like that. They just freaked the absolute fuck out over her. They still say she's a fucking man. It's like, no. She's a woman with a biological condition where she just happens to have more testosterone. I'm gonna get more water. I'll be back in a minute. Did that lady have a biological advantage? Yeah, absolutely. So there's a dude with bigger than average hands and a skull that's an eighth of an inch thicker. Yeah, that dude's gonna have an advantage, but he doesn't get banned. Say Michelle Obama's a man and people believe it? Yeah. You know what I also find kind of fucked up? About the whole "oh, Michelle Obama's a man" thing. You'll never see gender criticals pushing back against that. You'll never see a gender critical person like, shut the fuck up. No, she's not. Fuck off. They don't care. They genuinely don't give a shit about people declaring Michelle to be a man. It doesn't bother them at all. Madison's friend Sam is bringing batteries. Nice. She works at Walmart and gets off soon. Well, that's lucky. Because like these people swear up and down, oh, we're just trying to protect women. We just want to protect women. It's all about protecting. We have nothing against trans people. It's all about protecting women. It's not about the trans people. It's about women. It's about protecting women. They sure don't give it. They sure don't seem to give much of a fuck about protecting women when trans people are not present. Wish I had friends like that who are willing to bring you batteries. Batteries, food company. Fair. Anyway, the Protect Women crowd also don't seem to have any issue with the fact that one of these dudes pulling the WNBA stunt uh, is a fucking abuser. Invest in a generator, not a vibrator. The way your power keeps going out, not a bad idea. Yeah, one of the guys isn't allowed within like 500 feet of his wife and kids. Sitting on the generator. Probably inadvisable, frankly. "37 seconds in the NBA." Yep. Yeah. Guy was a bench warmer in the NBA. Like former NBA player. No, former NBA bench warmer. That's all he was a fucking bench warmer. And like, yeah, shit happens. You know, that shit happens. You know, they're elite level players. It's elite level players. Not everyone who makes it to the NBA, not everyone who gets drafted into the NBA is actually gonna be successful. But the only reason he's doing this fucking stunt right now is because he wants the attention. Like the reason the WNBA does not currently have any rules regarding uh, transgender athletes is because there are a whopping total of 0 trans women currently playing in the NBA. They are creating a problem. Like I said, the WNBA has a very, 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 very easy way of solving it. Adapt the same guidelines that other sports have used in the past. Get that testosterone lowered, buddy. 37 seconds, it's going to be negative attention. Well, no, like I said, he and the other dude, they are gonna spend, they're gonna be going on Fox News, probably CNN as well, frankly. They're gonna be going on all the podcasts. And once this current stunt is over and done with, they will pivot to find other reasons to keep being brought on those places. It's the right-wing grift. And the fact that the one dude has isn't allowed anywhere near his family. Well, now he's being persecuted for being conservative. That dude's fucking set. At least for at least for the next few years. Conservatives fucking love to claim victimhood. They love seeing themselves as victims. So when this guy, starts declaring, "Oh, they're going after me because I'm a conservative," they are going to embrace him fully. Conservatives like basketball. Yeah, I mean, some do. I actually wouldn't be too surprised if conservatives are just as likely as liberals to like basketball. Killed a fruit fly, immediately saw one out of the corner of my eye. Yeah. Yeah. I think conservatives actually quite enjoy seeing black people perform for their amusement. It's when those black people have opinions that conservatives uh, take issue. NASCAR, football, and wrestling and fishing. Sure, but I mean, they like other. There's conservatives who like all sorts of things. NASCAR. Southerners like NASCAR. Football, I think, crosses the political spectrum. Americans like football. Wrestling also interestingly crosses the political spectrum. Though I think increasingly leftists are more likely to embrace AEW than WWE because of the fact that WWE is associated with Vince McMahon, who's awful, and who is associated with Trump. Hockey and baseball. Conservatives do not like hockey. They do like baseball. Baseball is another one that I think does cross the political spectrum, though I think conservatives are probably a little slightly more likely than liberals to like baseball. Hockey, no. Conservatives do not like hockey. In general. Conservatives as a whole, in general, do not like hockey. Some do, but for the most part, no. Because hockey tends to be, hockey is a winter sport. So a lot of people throughout Canada, and Canada is much more liberal than the US, and then northeastern US, which again tends to be a little bit more liberal. Obviously, I mean, you do get hockey teams in other states. Florida's got a couple. Nashville has a hockey team. But those, they go to big cities. The hockey teams are in big cities. Cities are more liberal. Atlanta is a lot more liberal than the rest of Georgia. Yeah, Chicago, very liberal. I don't think you got a lot of hockey teams in sort of rural Tennessee. Rest of Tennessee, they prefer baseball and football. But Nashville, actually very supportive of its hockey team. I think Nashville has one. Pretty sure Nashville has one. And I'm pretty sure Nashville is famously supportive of its hockey team. I might be thinking of somewhere else. I might be thinking of a different city that is all in behind its hockey team, but of the curling cheating drum at the last one. Right? Fucking curling drum. And from the Canadian team is disappointing. Very disappointing to see the Canadian team engage in those sorts of shenanigans. Hurry hard! Hurry hard, hurry! Hey, whoa! And Canadians feeling like they needed to cheat. To be fair, like there are actually like some really good international curling teams. While it's still mostly associated with Canada, um, and the Canadian teams are still usually probably the best in the world. Like it's very close. There's a few teams that are like that are right up there with us. This point, they dropped breaking dance from the Olympics. Breakdancing. I think that ray gun lady just sort of made such a mockery of the whole thing. Like she was so embarrassing. I don't think she was like deliberately making a mockery of it. I think she was just like it's just so ridiculous. That I think the committee just went, yeah, we're not doing this again. I mean, it got all the attention. Like none of the other breakdancers got any attention because of her. She kind of sucked all the air out of the competition because like she was the only one that people could talk about. And that's unfortunate, frankly. I forget. Is horse dressage part of the Olympics? Like the horse competitions? Or does the Olympics have horse competitions? I don't remember. Done add that in buffered forever. Equestrian. So yeah, they had to. So that's why they removed the breakdancing. They removed the breakdancing because it was distracting from the horse dancing. So absurd. I actually think not really. When I was young, I played like really young, I played like T-ball. I don't think I ever even bothered with softball. And I think I might have played like one game of ball hockey. But those were when I was like really young. Those were like little league, pee wee. Yeah, those would have been like pee wee. And then school. My elementary school didn't have sports teams. Since bring them down and break that. That's friend. Oh, that's sweet of her. Yeah, like my elementary school just literally did not have any sports team. My high school, I didn't play any sports. Yeah, as far as the breakdancing at the Olympics, I do think the thing to do is to give it a couple go arounds before bringing it back. Like, you know, I kind of feel like removing it was probably the right choice. But I do feel like bring it back for 2032. You know, time enough for people to forget about ray gun and just give it a fresh start. Optimistic that the society won't have collapsed by 2032. I mean, true. 2032 Olympics will all be done with AI. Yeah. Should have been championships. Hey, Donna. Yeah, she was a former. We're talking about Olympics and specifically that ray gun lady, the Australian breakdancer. Yeah, as far as like competing, she has. Like that's the wild part. Like she actually like was a professional. So 2024 Olympic Games. Australian breakdancer, competitive breakdancer. And yeah, the 2024 Olympics, she had a routine that was widely mocked. But like she actually has, like she actually was a competitive breakdancer. Like she's um second in the Australian Open B Girl in 2022, topped it in 2023 in Australia. Um, represented Australia at the World Break Championships in Paris in 2021, 2022, and 2023. 2023, she won the Oceania Breaking Championships. Because it was really fucking goofy. Her explanation is that she couldn't compete athletically with the younger competitors, so she wanted to do something more original and creative. But it's like, kind of, yeah, it did. Like, yeah, it absolutely did. Um, yeah, it was bad. And yeah, a lot like people argued that it was disrespectful. Like people argued that what she did was actually disrespectful and making a mockery of breakdancing, which was not her intention. Like in fairness, she was not intending to make a mockery of it. Her thought was, I'm not as athletic as these girls, so I will try to do something that looks original. That just I'll try to do something that just stands out because it's different. It was just the direction she took just failed. Yeah, she's just too clever for her own good to a certain extent. She looked like she had ants in her pants. Yeah, and she did like a little kangaroo hop as like a uh, what's unique about Australia? Stand up and do a little snippet. No, absolutely not. Chantal would. I mean, she would try. Gives a thrust. Whoa! All right. So she's actually pretty reasonable so far, but okay, yeah, getting weird. Yeah, yeah, it got like it got weird. And it doesn't even include her weirdest moves. Like that little bit wasn't even like didn't even include the weirdest parts. Like the kangaroo hop. Yeah, like I said, like that wasn't like there are 3 performances. No, she did have experience. That's the wild part. She had experience. Look at her Wikipedia article. She was competitive. She was a competitive breakdancer. Bear in mind, competitive breakdancer in Australia. Good knees. Both mine are fake and I can't even squat down. She did know what she was doing. It was just what she was doing was a bad idea. Realistically, she probably shouldn't have been representing Australia at the Olympics. Read the system. Apparently that's false. On the whole Nancy Kerrigan deal, ordeal? Sort of. She was the one who broke or no, it was Tanya who broke Nancy's leg, right? Skating. Yeah. Yeah. I was very young when that happened. Shit, was I even born when that happened? I was either not born or very young, but I do, like, I've read about it. I've heard about it. On a side note, World Dance Sport Federation uh, supported Rachel Gunn. Supported Ray Gunn. Yes, you're born? Yeah, but I was very, very young. I would have been very, very young when it happened. Also, Martin Gillian, the head Olympic breaking judge, also defended her. So like I said, she took a risk and it didn't pay off, is what it comes down to. Just want to watch Reagan. That shit was embarrassing as enough. Oh, yeah, it was bad. Like, it was. I'm not defending her. Like, I am not defending her routine. Almost 7 o'clock. So I want to see who got shot and who was stabbed, etc. If it bleeds, it leads. Yeah, I'm not defending her routine. It was a bad routine. I'm just saying. She actually was a competitive breakdancer in Oceania. Um, what she was doing was a conscious decision, not out of disrespect or mockery, but to try to do something to stand out from younger competitors who could do more athletic moves. She wanted to do something more creative because she felt that would stand out. Um, and it just failed. Embarrassment for sport. Yeah, she took a risk and it failed. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, by all means, continue to mock her routine. Absolutely, that routine deserves mockery. I'm just saying that, like, we need to be accurate. 2 custodians that got shot in the school in Chicago yesterday. Okay. It's important to be accurate when mocking. She wasn't being deliberately, like, she wasn't being deliberately disrespectful. She was just kind of dumb. Like, she's not actually a bad breakdancer. She just made a really dumb decision with her routine. I feel like there was something I want to mention before I signed off. I don't remember. Whatever. I get good. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.